Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Yes. Today is Monday, rainy Monday. See those clouds up there? Yes, yes, yes. I'm still in bed. Yep. I gave a live stream early this morning, and I feel led to do a second one on a different topic. And yeah, today is November 23, 2020, and the time is about 9:43 a.m. in the morning. I hope your day is going well. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be staying indoors, staying dry and everything. I want to talk about a different topic. I want to talk about the late Anna Nicole Smith. Let me see if I can zoom in. This is my monitor. This pretty lady here. And I think this would be a very important lesson. Good morning, viewer. Good morning. Welcome. Yeah, I want to feature this story here on Anna Nicole Smith. And let me just see if I could blow up the picture. Any pictures with let me see her images. Yeah, she was born in 1967. I think she's from Texas. There's different pictures of her. I think that's Yeah, she did a like a Marilyn Monroe look. She died of a drug overdose in February 2007. Yeah, look at my little boy there. That's my little Lavin. He wants to get on the bed. Okay, let me help you. Let me let me help you get on. You want to get on? Trying to get his harness. Let me get him. Come on, baby. Oh, it turned around. Okay. Boy, did the harness kicked. I'm sorry. The harness he had on, um, it got moved. It slid off. Just get it back on properly. Sorry about that. Yeah, I guess he needed help. Let me get you back up. Come on. Okay. Yeah. You feeling better now? Look, my little boy. Yeah, they wear a harness. I put a harness on them. Okay, and it got mispositioned, so it might have been hurting him. Okay, let me go back now. What I was saying now. Okay, see these images here. Let me zoom in again. Okay, these are images of the late Anna Nicole Smith, and she did a persona like this one here, like a Marilyn Monroe type. Um, she's a she was a girl. I think she's from Texas actually. Poor family, and she had looks. And I think she initially started out. She had a boyfriend, and she worked in a strip club to make money. Um, and in the club, this strip club, she meets a man. He was an assistant to a much older man. He could have been in his 90s. He was a very old, older man, and she was like, oh, how old she was? 40. Okay, she had a kid. She by the time she was 20, she had a kid, and so at this time, her kid was really really tiny. She had a little boy. Um, and she meets this older man through the assistant at the club. So she wasn't looking for him. Okay, let me put this picture on. Let me click on this one. Let's see. Wish I could make it bigger, but that's the image I want you to see. Because I'm gonna um, focus on this point that she um, dresses the persona of a Marilyn Monroe character. Uh, so she meets the guy, the rich guy, and they marry. Yes, that a legal marriage. You just lean back. He was an extremely wealthy man. He was worth several $100 million, and the people who um, was tied to the guy, because when you have that kind of money, you have people who manage your money, and they wanted her out the picture when her husband dies. They were married for about a year, and they didn't like that. And again, she was working at a club. Now she didn't pursue him. Yes, good morning, viewer. Yes, I'm just talking about lessons learned from the late Anna Nichole Smith, who you see here. She was, I think, from Texas, and she died in 2007, early 2007, and of a drug overdose, alleged drug overdose. Um, so there were key people involved who vilified her from the very beginning, called her a gold digger. Um, because she did work at the club, and that man went in there, the older guy who she married. So he knew what he liked. He's an old guy. Look, he knows he doesn't have much time left. Hey, you get a nice woman by your side, whatever, you know, keep him warm. And, hey, that's what she chose and what he chose. Um, but he dies, and she is to inherit the money. But people didn't want her to have the money. And so there was a slander campaign against her. Yeah, many of you who watch my channel, you may not remember her. But those people who are old enough that you would known about her. Um, let's see, she got into Playboy. She was a Playboy bunny or something like that, Playboy centerfold or something like that, and she gets into television, and she did some movies. She was funny, actually. She was funny. I remember seeing the preview of it when she was still alive, but it was always something negative said about her. Let's see. So one day, um, well, it turns out like she kept a diary. I hope you guys could hear me. Let me know if you can hear me well. I don't have my mic on, um, plugged in, so and I know how to talk a little louder. Press a one if you can hear the audio, if it's okay. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I have it zoomed in, so even the slightest movement of the selfie makes it move around a lot. Maybe I should make it zoom out because the slightest movement makes it really, yeah, go like that. So oh, what's I saying now? Oh, so she is more like a personality. She, I remember once hearing her say over social media that it's expensive to be her. And when she elaborates, she says, "Look, for me to dress this way, the clothing, the hair, the makeup, the jewelry, it takes a lot of money to maintain this look." So her look was her, what you call her trademark, and it's what she used to market herself in Hollywood. Uh, she was a poor girl from the South, I think from Texas, um, and she, like many women, poor women, um, Anyway, you don't have to be from the South, but I've met women when I was in the military, and they told me that they would do anything to feed their kid. Now, she had a kid from a prior relationship upon meeting that wealthy multimillionaire who passes away early in their marriage. Um, and people don't like that she is in the picture. And people's true colors seem to pop out with regard to money and the illusion of money and what money could bring you. And this girl, Anna Nichole Smith, marketed illusion, the illusion of looking like the late Marilyn Monroe. Now, I love the character, the person Marilyn Monroe, the image of her. She Marilyn Monroe looks like a person I knew as a child who I was very fond of. And so that's why I like Marilyn Monroe. And the person, Marilyn Monroe, you know, just had a persona, playful, even though, she dressed sexy and everything, but she was funny too. And I liked her funny side about her humor side. Um, and so, but like the late Marilyn Monroe, she too used her look. She was from a poor family also, and unfortunate when with women's predicament in this country, in the United States of America, all over the world. When you're a woman and you're poor, and if you have what they call good looks, a lot of men like pretty women, and some women learn like, wow, if I dress this way or that way, I get a lot of attention, and these guys just salivate. And so and it's sometimes you don't even have to do much, and these men just flock over. Well, if you position yourself in a certain way to be around, you just don't want to be around any guy, women who use their physical bodies or face, whatever, their physical attributes to attract men. You want to attract men that could um, take care of if you don't have money. I mean, I'm just being real, and I'm speaking to an adult audience, and I'm speaking to people who who know life and know what can happen when you raised in poverty, and but you have great looks, or let's say you may not have great looks, but you know how to market your looks, and maybe you learn how to put makeup on, or you get your hair done, because it is an illusion. This picture that I show you, this is an illusion of what do you call a very luxurious woman, a what you call a high end woman, right? A pretty woman, and you have men, older men, who they have money, and they too use the illusion of money to attract beautiful women. Okay, so it goes both ways. You have women, poor women, but they have great looks, rich looks, and they market that. And then you have men who may not have any looks, but they're rich. They have a rich pocket, and so they find each other sometimes. And so they're both fulfilling the illusion of the external world. And so also what I was meaning to say about this, like with some poor women, and as I was saying when I was in the military, you had women, young women who had children, and they needed a job. A lot of people go into the military for economic reasons. You have young women who get pregnant, they have a kid, and they need money. And so the people who I knew who did that, they were all black women. And yeah, they had the kid might have been 1 or 2 years old when they went into the military. They just needed money to take care of their kid, and so they left the kid in the when they went into when to get into the military. If you're a female, you have children, you have to sign over your kids to a legal guardian, and many of them they have their own mothers as legal guardian over the kid, and then they go into the military and they send money home to support their kid. And I remember a woman telling me that she would do anything to feed her kid, even prostitution. Okay, so you have women like that. Okay, you have women who are, and I believed her that she would, yes. She said it was such conviction that she would do anything to feed her kid. Okay, and so she too had a kid from a prior relationship, poor girl from the South, and she learned to market her looks. She had, what do you call it, plastic surgery, augmentation. So what you see there is an illusion. She's not even blonde, she's a brunette. And she has hair extensions and a lot of hair break. I remember the it was discussed about with the oh no, I'm getting confused with another personality, but that other personality had really bad hair extensions, another white female. But either way, I'm not saying this also, okay, I'm not saying these things to trash her or anything like that, but I'm sharing about illusions and all different types of illusions. And and she shared with you that it costs money, and she said that on TV. She said it costs a lot of money to be me. So she knew she had to maintain, and again, to maintain this look costs money, and this type of look attracts certain types of people. And unfortunate for her, it attracted men who also have self-esteem issues, but they may have money also. Now, even though this woman, Anna Nichole Smith, married a wealthy man who died, she never got access to the money. The people, the what do you call it, the people who handled the estate controlled it, and I think it was they were going to court or things like that. She never actually had access to the money. So, but she was married to him and got his last name. And but interesting the type of people that she would meet, and the diary that was shared over the internet about her life. She was a very troubled person, but yet the persona, until I remember it was in the 1990s, and they showed her on those TV shows, those those Hollywood shows, and they showed her all glammed up and everything, and but it was just an illusion. Her job was to create an illusion and people to look and think and say wow and want to be around her. I remember I met someone. I used to work at a resort, and I had to share a room with somebody, and she too, she was from California. Um, she had a license for to be a school teacher. I think elementary school. She was 27 at the time, and she liked it. She knew she just wanted to just do this, resort thing for a year, for 1 or 2 seasons, and then go full time and be a school teacher for children, young children. So she was having fun, and she was into makeup. She had a large case with makeup, like she was a makeup, like as if she was a professional makeup artist. and she spent a lot of time putting on this makeup, and she was creating an illusion. She would like like try to look like the late Princess Diana, how she was standing, look with her head down but her eyes up, and she would do this movement also, and to create an illusion of a mysterious woman, heavily made up. Um, and she hid behind this look, and I remember people would talk about her. I said, "Wow, I got to talk to so and so. You know, she's so mysterious and this and that." Yeah, so it worked. And I was saying to myself, she has a room with me. I'm saying to myself, she's just a regular person. But when she goes outside, she creates an illusion. And she knew how to dress. The girls from California, man, they know how to dress. Boy, they know about shoes and clothes, fashion. I didn't have that type of sense at all. I was a very practical girl. I dressed real boring. I was very practical, and I was there to pay my bills. I wasn't there for anything else. But yeah, she knew how to dress to the T. She knew makeup and all this and that. She too was creating an illusion, and people fell for it because they think it's real. And again, with illusions and imagination, you are the one that's processing the information. What you see, it what see, an object is just an object. You put in the meaning of what you see. It doesn't tell you what it means. And that's what feeds it, because you keep projecting and projecting on the illusion of what this person is like, and it may be completely opposite. Okay, so this woman that you see here, Anna Nicole Smith, she was creating an illusion of the late Marilyn Monroe. And I think what got me to do this live stream, because I started thinking about energy and frequency, and I word it like that because life is about, think of how you feel, like a frequency, a current, something that means something, and things that are attached to frequency. And so, what was attached to Marilyn Monroe, the late Marilyn Monroe? She too was associated with many different men. She also had a very troubled life as a youngster, and she created uh, an image with her within Hollywood, and she was exploited in Hollywood, and she got into drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, do not do illicit drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't abuse drugs, okay? Because it will get you. And so she had access to different powerful men. See, this type of look attracts powerful men, or men who think they got power, men who have money. If you present yourself like this, it's a pretty image, but when you present yourself like this, you are projecting an image of, you are a high-end woman, and for me to associate you with you, you have to be able to afford me. You have to be able to supply the lifestyle that this type of image would probably want, and that is wealth. That is wealth. So fancy dining, fancy homes, fancy clothes, fancy jewelry, etc. Right? So this type of look attracts a certain type of man. And the but also with Marilyn Monroe, um, the men were abusive to her. She was married many times, Marilyn Monroe, to my understanding, and the men were abusive to her. And so she would leave one relationship and go to another, and it just tore her down. So the life of Marilyn Monroe, the late Marilyn Monroe, was a was a fast one. She also died in her 30s. She was about 35 or 36 years of age. And this woman that you see also died in her 30s. She was 39. So you see the parallels. If you copy someone, you also are copying their signature, so to speak, their energy frequency and everything that's attached to it. Marilyn Monroe had a death spirit attached to her. Because what happened? Attached to many different people, and she mysteriously dies. This woman also, surrounded by influential men, wealthy men, powerful men, men in government, right? I mean, not her, not government, but she was around a lot of influential men. And she had a child, again, from a prior relationship, and then late in her life, she had different lovers, and she moved away. I'm not sure whether her lawyer boyfriend was with her. I'm not sure. But she died in the Bahamas. And she was pregnant at the time. And I'm sorry, she was pregnant. She had the baby. Um, and 3 days after her baby girl was born, she had a son also, an adult son of the age of 20, 19 or 20 years of age, who came to live with her to help her out. And he was turning his life around, and he was going to go to school full time. Everything looked positive. So he'll be helping her mom, who just had the baby, and they really love each other. And this woman here, she had a so-called boyfriend lawyer. And the son was sleeping in the room with the mother at the hospital. Okay, again, she just had the baby girl. And he was helping the mother during the night to get up to go, to the bathroom all throughout the night. And everything seemed fine with him. And then sometime around 9 o'clock in the morning, in her room at the hospital in the Bahamas, he's dead. Oh, he said unresponsive, and the boyfriend was giving CPR. It's just the circumstances of his death. They said that the son died of an overdose, but everything was cool. Everything was cool. So what happened? And then a couple of months later, she dies. That's right. Okay. She dies. Oh, what did she die? It could have been full. Oh, the Bahamas. Yeah, she dies in the Bahamas, and the son was buried in Florida, I think. Yeah, I think she was living in Florida. Then she went to the Bahamas, and then she dies, and then it's like a custody thing. Who's going to take care of the baby? Because the baby is just a couple of months old, I think. Um, and the prior boyfriend, they kept their relationship secret for whatever reason. And it turned out she had different boyfriends at this time, and several men came. Once this woman died, people wanted to get custody of the baby girl. And yeah, they came out of like the woodworks. And but the lady, but one of the boyfriends said, "No, that's my kid. We kept our relationship private." And yes, he was the father according to DNA. So now he gets custody of the girl, and it's what it looks like. Again, I don't personally know her. I never met her or anything like that. But what it looked like was that you had people who had access to her, just like a lot of people had access to Marilyn Monroe, and she's copying the energy signature of Marilyn Monroe, and everything associated with Marilyn Monroe led to death. And so, do not copy the signature of people who are surrounded by death. You don't want a death signature on you. Copy life. Okay, you have a desire to copy someone who is associated with life. Okay, you don't copy someone who's deaf or death surrounding them. You don't want that because you will pick up that signature and you're going to attract the same type of people that were attracted to women like her, that look like her. Powerful men, influential men who are insecure in themselves and wanted to have a woman like this to boost his ego and illusions of inclusion, right? So, her son, her 20-year-old son dies. Then she dies shortly after, and what it looks like that, um, because everything was fine with her, and then boom, she died, and she died at a facility, and she had a nurse in the room living with her, so she had kids. So it's not like she's by herself and has a she's with a nurse at the time of her death, and she it's just horrible. So here, beautiful woman, but she used her body to attract the wrong type of person. Now, and then you have men who want to find women like this to boost their illusion of grandeur. Um, be careful what you copy because it's not real. Nothing about this person was real. Everything was an illusion. Everything. And you have, because it only goes so far to live a lifestyle of illusion. And that's why I think with myself that I don't rely on makeup. I don't really wear makeup. I might put a lipstick on, and that's it. Because, see, I realized like growing up, I hated myself. I didn't like the way I looked. I hated every aspect of myself because I was told bad things about myself and I believed it, what they told me. And then I started growing up and saying, what makes you so special? You start to ask yourself questions. It's okay to ask yourself questions. And you ask questions to challenge a paradigm system within you that's not working for you. It doesn't work for you to think low of yourself. So start asking yourself questions to break the illusion, the stronghold that's over your life that's trying to destroy you. That you are valuable in yourself. You don't need someone to validate you per se, You can validate yourself. I look in the mirror and say, I love you. And throughout my videos on my channel, Spirit Journey, I tell you all, especially to my Black audiences and my Hispanic, Black Latino audience, love the person you see in the mirror. Love you. Because of that dilemma that's put on us in the Americas, that we're not valuable because of our race. Challenge yourself. You are just as valuable as every other race. And there's illusions. Even within the white community, the white world, they live in illusion. Hollywood is an illusion. There's nothing real about Hollywood or what it has to offer. Even money and wealth is an illusion. And before I started this live stream, I started also thinking about. See, I have this frame in my living room with a quote by the late Carl Jung. Carl Jung was a psychiatrist or something like that, and he studied about consciousness. And I have to paraphrase. I wish I remembered exactly what it said, but that when those people who look with their eyes um, just see dreams. But those people who look within their heart to see uh, really have life in them. Something like that. The dreamer is the one who looks at the illusion with their naked eye. Looking at the people in Hollywood or people wear these fancy clothes, that is the illusion and that is the dream world. Those who look at life with their eyes continue to dream, but those people who look in their heart see, that they truly see reality. They no longer dream. This is a dream world. It tells you and it deceives you, and your mind follows. Your mind follows what it believes. So you have men who follow women that look like this because they think, oh wow, they look like they must be this way or that way, but it's not real. And these days you have men that look like her. You have men that can dress like a woman, like Marilyn Monroe type character. Everything. And you have some men who fall for that. And again, when I was in the military, I had young men tell me when they went and they met a so-called beautiful woman, and they went to a hotel room and they discovered that that wasn't a woman, and it had jingle bells down below, if you know what I mean. And then went to try to beat up the person after that. Yeah, they didn't like that. They were angry. Yeah. See, lies, when you want to believe the lie so much and try to deceive others of your lie, it can backfire and it can get you hurt. And her looks eventually killed her. So again, she attracted a rich man. The man dies. They married. She wasn't able to get access to the money, but other people wanted the money. And what it looks like what happened to her is that I believe she was murdered, or because after her death, and there was a court hearing about who's going to win custody. She claimed that someone else was the father of her baby girl, her so-called lawyer friend, and somehow someone had access to a video that was in her house, and the video had her out of her mind, dressed in a clown outfit, and she seemed to be under the influence severely of some substance. And her so-called lawyer boyfriend. And what it looked like was that this so-called boyfriend was administering the drug to her, and I think was placed in her life to maybe get access, or get what it looked like to some people, to get her addicted to drugs so that she'll have the overdose so they can collect the money. And his name was on the birth certificate, but he was not the father. I'm pretty sure he must have known he was not the father. He wasn't the father of that kid. He knew he wasn't the father. And but some other, the other guy knew he was the father because he knew when he was with her. So it looked like what it looks like to some people, that it backfired. Their goal was to get rid of her so they can get access to the multi-million dollars and control the money. See what money can do to people? Make them act uh, in a way, because it to them, the illusion of money was so powerful that they were willing to, some people who believe that she was murdered, but make it look like an overdose, or drive her to do drugs, to what they call it, enable. to enable someone to do drugs in the hopes that they will kill themselves by an overdose. Okay? It's so sad. And it's also sad that her 20-year-old son that was in the room with her newborn baby that was only 3 days old, that he mysteriously dies in the room of a so-called overdose. And again, the boyfriend is the then boyfriend, so-called boyfriend, was the common denominator in all this. So what I'm saying in short, I know I said a lot, is ladies, don't sell yourself short. Your body is sacred, and you share your body with your lifelong partner. And find someone that's going to love you for you, and not just because of that, okay, you got money. Don't do it. Find someone that loves you for you. And learn to enjoy the better things in life, like this beautiful nature. Go within. Those who look outside continue to dream, according to Carl Jung, the I think it was a psychologist or psychiatrist. He studied human consciousness. But those who look in their heart, look through their heart, they have real life. I wish I knew exactly what the quote was, but you just look up Carl Jung. Jung is spelled Jung. He was a German guy, but the J is pronounced like a Y. Carl Jung is his name. Yeah, go look him up and learn about his philosophy about life and consciousness and reality. He knew this physical world is just an illusion. It's fake. And here we're fighting each other. Here people are afraid to speak to one another if you don't have a mask on. Here the mask itself can cause sickness. It builds up bacteria, moisture in it, and you're breathing in and out of this mask of death, and it can get you sick. I go outside and see long lines in New York City of people waiting to go into the urgent care to be tested for that special virus. I'm not going to say the name. You know that CV? Yeah? CV-19? Yeah. Healthy looking people. Long, long, long lines just to be tested for a freaking cold flu. That's 99.9% of living. So it's like 1% or less than 1% chance of actually dying from it. And you're being fooled. We all are. I was so frightened in April 20th, 2020 with the beginning of this CV-19. I was so afraid. So afraid. I had a family member who got sick, and then relatives who died, all within a month period, man. Yeah, it happened around in April. I was so scared. I felt vulnerable because everything in New York City was shifting. I wasn't able to now do or go certain places anymore. The year started off great for me. I had so much hope in everything. So what I want to teach you is about hope. Focusing on the illusion of glamour or having this boyfriend or that girlfriend. It's nice to have a significant other. If you find a significant other that truly loves you and you loves them, go for it. But a lot of things are based on illusion and will lead you down a pit. And that's what I want to avoid, have you avoid it. Focus on the true things of what life is all about. Life is about love. Life is about enjoying and loving yourself. That you don't have to pretend that you look a particular way. You just embrace yourself. Embrace your own body. Embrace your health. Treat your body well. Avoid drugs and don't abuse alcohol, things like that. You know, people who do drugs, they don't like themselves and it destroys them. Why focus on do things that destroy life? Promote life, promote the liveliness within you with a new frame of mind of peace, love, and joy. This woman that you see here, Anna Nichole Smith, did not have joy. And when she did have it, just before her 20-year-old son died right in her room, she was devastated. And people who are attracted to illusions like this exploited and they destroyed her. Okay? Do not follow the energy signature of people in history who died tragically, like a Marilyn Monroe, and now in this case, Anna Nichole Smith, and many other women who live a life of the illusion of beauty, wealth, and all that charm. Hollywood. Hollywood is a lie. Hollywood is an illusion of death. And Hollywood is used, or television media is an illusion, it's a tool to fool you and is designed to control you and is also designed to kill you. Break away from the illusion, love yourself, include yourself, embrace yourself, and surround yourself with people of like mind who want to just be to love, to let love rule them rather than illusion of money, beauty, and wealth and all that in Hollywood. Okay? That is my message. And I hope you enjoyed this message. Give me a thumbs up, a like, share this live stream with friends, family members. You can subscribe to my channel, Spirit Journey. And again, those of you who like this channel, this content of truth, to PayPal me to do so. Go to my channel. Yes, hey, Lightbearer. Yeah, you could go on my channel, Spirit Journey channel, and click on the PayPal me link that you find on the right side of the banner of my channel. Click on it, follow the prompts. Any amount would be greatly appreciated, and I thank you in advance. Yes, Thanksgiving is coming up shortly, and again, the false system of controllers out there, they don't even want you to be with your loved ones, to share the gobble gobble. You know, this mask thing is a lie to control you. Honey, more people died from this mask of suicide. I had 2 suicides in my neighborhood. Were about a month apart of each other. One was a 50-something-year-old man, another one was a 13-year-old boy. Let's stop this nonsense. Start loving. Yeah, it's coming to an end soon, sis. Yeah, yes, but yes, yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Librarian. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, it's all going to come to an end. See, they want you afraid. Fears of the devil, fears of low energy, and it's my desire to, we all have to encourage each other. I'm no different than you, but when I gather a truth, I share it because I lived in darkness and death most of my life. I lived around people who hated me, and for the first time, I learned to love myself, truly love myself, and surround myself with with things that love me, like my little doggies. See, that's my little girl Lily. That's my little boy Lavender, and my other little girl there. these guys love me. They truly love me. Yeah. You don't have to have a lot of friends. And in fact, you may not even have any friend. But be your own friend. Be loving to yourself and surround yourself with things, situations that edify you and wellness. Eat well, drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, and go inside where reality really resides. Okay, I thank you all for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I felt it was important to bring it out, and I just needed to, share the story of Anna Nichole Smith, who passed away in 2007 from an alleged drug overdose, even though she had so-called a nurse with her and all that. Except when you attach yourself with people who just want your money, just want your body, just want your sex, and you're left empty and you die and they don't care about you. Start caring about yourself. Ladies, respect your bodies. Respect your bodies. And men, respect your body too. Respect you. And associate with people of like godly/goodly minded people. And if you can't find any goodly people, then stay by yourself. Go to nature. Maybe get a little pet that you can hug and adore. Okay? So thank you again. This is Spirit Journey signing off. And yes, I did a video earlier this morning, a live stream. You can look at that one as well. Okay? Thank you again. Enjoy and happy gobble gobble and all that stuff. Yeah, oh good, look at that. The sun is starting to come out. Yeah, it was raining earlier. So yes, maybe I'll go out today. Who knows? Thank you again, guys. Peace, love, and joy. Yay! Bye-bye.